Right, hey guys, how we doing? New anime season, and I thought I'd just do a little bit of a take on what I think from the first episodes of things that I've watched. Last time I did one of these, I did like a whole list of everything that I liked, things that I thought were going to be alright, and things that I thought just weren't. Instead I'm going to do like two that I like, two that I dislike, two that I like, two that I dislike, and this is all just based off of episode 1s. I'm not doing any sequels or anything, I'm just doing the new ones that have come out, giving my little opinion on everything. So yeah, let's get into it. Spring Anime 2021. Initial thoughts. First one on the list for something that I like. Love Afterworld Domination. This first episode was absolutely incredible. It was hilarious, so funny, a really interesting concept. I thought it was quite funny because like last season we had Miss Kurosoki, who was the bad guy making the monsters for the villain and seeing that side of it, and then now we've got the Red Ranger from the Power Rangers basically falling in love with one of the bad guys and trying to keep it a secret, which I think is absolutely genius. Like, they're in the middle of a fight and the other Rangers are fighting another monster, and then they're just chilling, having a date, and then as soon as one of them pops up, they start fighting each other. It's really good. I really think that Love Afterworld Domination is going to be a really good anime. That's one that I think is on the list for ones to watch this season. Another one that I really thought was hilarious, I could not get enough of it, was a Harum san wa Hakarene. I think that's how you pronounce that one. This is very funny. Basically about a girl who finds it really hard to talk to people, and a guy who is determined to become friends with said girl because he's moved to a school and she is sitting next to him, and he's like, I have to make friends with this person, I have to make them like me, and then everything will go great. But she talks really quietly to the point where you can't even hear her, and she has to get so up close it's like awkward for him to hear, and he starts doing all sorts of really funny mad little moments to try and help. Like, it's got so many cute moments. He even tries to learn lip reading, even not sign language, lip reading, so he can read her lips, but her lips move so small he can't even. So yeah, it's I love it. It's very cute and hilarious, and I can't wait to see more cute and hilarious moments as a Harem Sanwa Hakarane continues. So there's another one that's tick. So now we're going to go over two that I don't like. Firstly, Trapped in a Dating Sim. This was so boring. It was dead boring. And I hate it when like an anime's got a really boring concept and then it tries really hard to be funny, because this tries really hard to be funny and fails. It really does. Second Life as a Villainess really like knocked this one like bam out of the park on how to do these trapped in a video game scenario that you've played before, because this just it's rubbish, and it's got the lamest way a main character's been isekai'd. He's tired and falls down some stairs. Like, you may give Truck-kun a load of grief, but I'd rather Truck-kun come along than just someone fall down some stairs and then wake up in the game. I mean, even Subaru's closing his eyes and opening them in the middle of the street in ReZero was better than that. So yeah, Trapped in a Dating Sim's got a cross for me. And the next one is Healer Girl. Now this was weird. So girls are trained to be healers who heal people through song. Now don't get me wrong, like the animation and the voice acting and everything is great. The colours for the hair I thought was really cool. It stood out a bit different. There's just too many songs in it for me. Like, there was a moment where the three main girls are talking to each other and they're just randomly bursting into song in moments, and then you've got them healing people and that, and it looks good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not one for like hating on music within anime. Like, I like Carol and Tuesday, that was great, but that was only like 2 or 3 songs max throughout a whole episode. This just went on way too much, so I'm gonna have to give Healer Girl a miss, unfortunately. But like I said, it looks good, it's just not my cup of tea, so that's a cross from me. The next one is a tick. I'm really intrigued by this. I don't know how long this is going to pique my interest, but I definitely want to keep going with it. Is Tomodachi Game. This was an interesting one. That basically a class raised money for a trip And the money goes missing, and then main character and all his friends they all meet up and are tricked into meeting up, and then they are all knocked out and wake up in this game, which reveals that the money that was stolen has paid to fund said game, and if you don't complete the game, you'll end up with a lot of debt. And it's quite psychological, because it's basically hinting that one of the people within the game is the person that set it all up, stole the money, and it's trying to figure out who. And I appreciated how clever the game within it was. Like, they had to ask each other questions and pick yes, no, and it had to be a unanimous decision on the answer. And when, I'm not going to spoil what happened, but it actually was clever. Whereas, I can't remember what that gambling anime is, with that girl that's, like, all like, but I hated the ass pull in every episode from that, where this actually seems to have some sort of, like, logical way of figuring out the games and that, and I think that's really, really clever. And there's other stuff going on in the background which I'm intrigued as well. So I really feel like Tomodachi Game's got potential to be like a really good series. I just hope it doesn't like ruin itself and fall off like most of these shows do. But yeah, Tomodachi Game has got a tick for me. Skeleton Knight in Another World. I had seen posters for this and I assumed it was a comedy, but the opening was just so like, whoa. Graphic, bit violent, and yeah, but the opening sequence after the opening, like, you know, the initial like scene does imply that there's going to be some funny moments. I mean, if you got a guy that's a skeleton and the way it's drawn, you feel like you're going to have some funny moments in there. A guy gets teleported into his video game again, and he fell asleep and woke up in the game, and I think that's much better than falling downstairs. It's fine. And I like how this anime actually takes the time to like explain how the skills tree work within the game, and actually gives an explanation as to why the main character is OP. He isn't just OP because he's OP. There was a problem within the skill tree that he noticed, which then he was able to work with, and that's why he is how he is. So yeah, animation's great, main character's great. Really took me by surprise, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this one continues. Skeleton Knight in Another One. Got two here that I really didn't like. We've got RPG Real Estate, which is just a rubbish, like, you got your typical jokes about girls, silly fun, just not for me. I'm not even going to go into it. RPG Real Estate, I just, no. And The Greatest Demon Lord is Reborn as a Typical Nobody. This was rubbish as well. You've got an OP Demon Lord that reincarnates to be less badass. We had another anime last season, which was The Greatest Sage Has the Weakest Crest. I think this is a recurring isekai subgenre thing now, where, you know, the main badass becomes less badass, tries to be funny, jokes don't land, and I just really thought it was rubbish. The Greatest Demon Lord is Reborn as Typical Nobody. No, thank you. Two that I did like. This one really took me by surprise, and this isn't my usual cup of tea, but Dance Dance Dancer. This is a new one from Studio Mappa, who have recently been working on the final season of Attack on Titan. And you can tell the eyes, the animation, everything just screams Mappa. I love it. But this is about the main character as a young lad. Really liked ballet. He went to see ballet, took an interest, and then his dad's all like, no, son, you need to do manly things. You should do martial arts like a man. Be manly, not like ballet. So he's conflicted, and then his dad passes away, and then he has to become man of the house, and so takes up martial arts. And then when he's older, a girl notices him incorporate ballet into doing a kick from his martial arts, and she's like, ooh, he does ballet. So she takes him up on it, gets him to do some ballet, and she's trying to get him back into it. And it's really nice to see his confliction. Obviously, you can see he really gets that thrill from doing ballet, and he doesn't really get it from martial arts. And I like it's like accepting who you are and what you want, and not worrying about what other people think. I'm really intrigued to see how this one continues. So yeah, Dance Dance Dancer is an interesting one. The animation's great, and yeah, I didn't think I'd watch an anime about ballet, but I love the lesson that it's trying to teach, so get onto that one. And now, something that everyone has been waiting for a while, I do believe. Like, I watched Mother's Basement like a year ago, no, more than a year ago, like a year and a half ago, talking about Spy Family. and it just sounded really great. Concept's great. One of the world's best spies has to adopt a daughter to make it look like he has a family. Next episode, I think he's going to get a wife, but basically just basing this off of the first episode. I thought it was great. The animation's great. The story is fun. Characters are fun. The little interactions the main guy has with the girl, fun. You got loads of cute little memes about her on the old Twitters and that the day after. It was quite cool. Yeah, Spy Family it's got a tick from me. I think it's going to do really well. I mean, it had high expectations anyway, and that first episode definitely delivered on that. So yeah, Spy Family's got a tick from me. Heroines run the show. This was a weird one. So this is like a girl moves to Tokyo, goes to a new school, and she meets two guys that don't seem to be getting on very well, and they're in her class. And then she discovers they're both in a pop idol group together. Cool. She's not into pop idols. She has no idea who they are. So everyone's like, "You don't know who they are? How do you not know who they are? They're pop idols." And it's like, cool. She then needs to find a job to pay for her rent, I think. One or the other. She has a discussion with her mum that she agrees she'll pay for something. So she finds a job. Don't even think she looked at what the job was. She just seen the pay, which I thought was quite bizarre. Because she's surprised when she's told what the job is at the end. I'm only just realising this now as I'm talking. But yeah, she ends up getting a job being a trainee manager for the pop idol group. I was just like, cool. So yeah, not for me. Animation was alright. Did weird things with the eyebrows, which I thought was a bit odd. But yeah, Heroines run the show. Not really. Not for me. Thank you very much. And The Dawn of the Witch. This was a strange one as well. So we're going to magic school again, because every anime with magic in seems to have a magic school. And we've got someone that's not very good at magic being the main character, like most animes. There was a really cool scene with a witch and a fox fighting each other, which I thought was quite good, but that was basically the peak of like the whole episode. This person who can't do magic very well is sent on a quest to go to another place, to set up a place for witches to be safe and blah blah blah, and they meet witch haters and stuff, and yeah, it's just a world where witches have only recently been accepted into society, so you still have the whole racial thing going on. "Oh, you're a witch, we gotta kill you" thing. I wasn't a fan. It wasn't that interesting. It's an interesting concept and an idea, but the first episode didn't hit me hard, so no thanks. And it's really weird when I look at the list of things that I do like, because I've got some I've got some on here. These next two, like, if you were to tell me the basic premise without me watching anything, I don't think I would pick these up. But Fanfare of Adolescence, I quite liked the first episode. It's about a lad in a pop idol group wanting to be a horse jockey. So yeah, this lad wants to be a horse jockey, and I was really sceptical at first, but the animation, the characters, everything really sold it to me. It was quite fun. He goes to horse jockey. Let's try that again. Horse jockey studies at horse jockey school. And I was like, what? Why are they making this stuff up? There's no way there's horse jockey studies at horse jockey school. Simple Google search, and I'm glad I did, because it's a real thing. There are horse jockey schools, and there's horse jockey studies. So I was like, okay, animation's boss. The use of colours for some of these scenes was just absolutely incredible. Some really cool scenes, them riding the horses as well. And yeah, very enjoyable. Made me smile and made me want to see what's happening next. So yeah, Fanfare of Adolescence has got a tick from me. And then the next one, this Love All Play. This is about badminton, man. We're getting into some sports anime this season. Let's do it. Yeah. Lad wants to go to like the best school for badminton and wants to like meet his rival and this, that, the other, and he's offered a place, but his dad's quite sceptical. I think it's something happened to his dad in the past with these offers that he got. So he was like, fine, I will go down the harder route. I'll prove that I can actually deserve to go there. I will do all the academic stuff that I need to do. Work hard and get a place. And yeah, and then the end of the episode was weird, because like he meets his rival dude, because he gets to train there beforehand, and he seems like a bit of a dick. So I'm intrigued to see what's happening next. So Love All Play. We're getting some sports anime, man. These are so stupid. So let's get into this one. Birdie Wing. Golf Girl Story. I was like, ooh, we got a golf anime as well. All the sports anime. But this is so freaking dumb. It's like you've got a girl who's hired to impersonate a golfer because she's got an injury, so she's got the full costume and everything. Get paid for it, and she does loads of underground golf games where like really rich people will pay to have someone else play them in a really weird scenario, like on a train track or something, and then she has to hit the ball in between the the train carts and that, and it's just like, and then you find out she's doing it for the kids. They got these kids that they look after, and it's trying to make it look all badass and that, and it's not great. The funny bit about it was the main character's friend being obsessed with Gundam models. I thought that was quite funny, but other than that, it was not great. Birdie Wing, Golf Girl Story, no thank you. And then we've got In the Heart of Kunoichi Tsuboki. This is another dumb one. This is like a load of lady ninjas told that men are bad from when they're like younger, and that they need to stay away from men, and they just talk about men all the time. Like, it got so boring, I was so sick of it, and they even make jokes about it. You got the main character who's like, you can tell she wants to meet some men, and even the word men just like distracts her. It's very Naruto influenced, like the music's very similar to Naruto. The way they do their like jutsus with the fire style and that like is very Naruto. But the whole men thing just went on for way too long. So yeah, In the Heart of Kunoichi Tsubaki, I wasn't a fan either. And like, I don't think any of these shows that I've watched have been badly animated. Like, there seems to be some decent work that's gone into all of them. But yeah, I just thought I'd put out my initial thoughts for the season. They're the ones I like and dislike. I thought I'd do it a bit differently than the last one. And if I've missed anything, let me know. And yeah, Rising the Shield Hero, obviously watching that. I know people who are watching Komi Can't Communicate. And what else is out? There's something else that's a sequel. Oh! Kaguya-sama Love is War. That's like on its third season now, isn't it? But yeah. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow me on all my socials. I'm on TikTok as well, and Instagram. Just search Pixel Party Pals. We're on there. Patreon's down below. If you want to have your name at the end of every video upload, links in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month is all I ask to help support the channel. Twitch, Twitter. Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.